now they'll touch the pad. Everybody in the world fused. Yeah. Seriously? Are you ready now?
Nearly.
Oh damn! Where have you been? At a coal mine or something?
No, in your workshop, doing a motorbike shoot, actually.
You have, yeah. Lily has been doing a photo shoot, so there'll be a few pictures coming your way, I'm sure.
We will.
Right, that was a very informal start. Morning crew, Andy Mechanic here. We've got Tool Girl Lilli, obviously the gorgeous Tool Girl Lilli, back in the work. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
God damn, woman. You know I've hurt my back. Jeez, I was lifting engines. Well, actually, it was a patrol gearbox during part of the workshop move. And I've done 6 loads down to the new workshop, and I lifted this gearbox out and twisted at the same time. And I have completely, I can't swear on camera, but I have completely knackered my back. I've done it before. I used to lift out the engines out the little Suzuki Jeeps because I couldn't afford an engine hoist. And I think it's an old injury that's come back. So I'm going to wince now and again. I might even swear I have to beep it out because I am in some serious pain at the moment, honestly. But I have got the Panadol. That's already in.
Good stuff's coming.
And if that's not enough, so if you catch me taking a quick swig on this, then you'll know that I'm really suffering. Okay, crew. Well, I wanted to bring you a short video about an update on how we're doing with the big workshop move. Now, I know this isn't a workshop like Airy Goes, or a fully fledged, garage that you'd find out on the street, but we have a lot of stuff. And what you see in this workshop is only a small amount of what we have. I mean, we've got almost 20 motorcycles here with ATVs and bits and pieces, most of which are all down now at the new workshop, but those in themselves take up a few trips. The lathes down there, a couple of the big workbenches are already down there, and it's been so far about 3,600 kilometers driving, and there's still at least another 3 runs to do, maybe 4 if we keep finding more stuff under the house. Had to put all the tool girls to one side under the cellar while I've been getting all the gear out. Some have tried to escape, so we had to build a bit of a partition wall to keep them in, but
we're planning our next escape.
You are, yeah. I keep going down. There's new holes dug in the ground and stuff.
We're getting out before he goes.
You reckon? No chance. I'm a master welder. I can make anything. You're not going to get out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let you go. No chance. You signed that contract, remember? Yeah.
That's right. You're staying here for good.
I own your soul, girl. Not really. So, what I wanted to do on this video was tie a few things up. One is obviously the workshop move and the new workshop, and this is where you guys come in. The new workshop is bigger, and Lily's going to draw us a little diagram, and I'm going to run through the sizes of the main workbenches and main equipment, and I'm going to invite you, the people, if you want to help me to plan the layout of the workshop. There's lots of work still to do down there. There's a partition wall, a semi sort of half height partition wall between the 2 single garages, which was what it was originally. That's got to come out. There's some steel work to go up in the roof to support the roof, otherwise it will fall down when we take the wall out. I've got a lot of work going on behind the scenes, but there's nothing to stop us at this point in time sort of starting to put together some ideas of where the benches should go, the best places for them, and the lathe and time machine. Ergonomics in a workshop is a very important part of setting up a workshop because, especially if it's mainstream, you've got lots of vehicles coming in and out every day, and if you can minimize the distance you have to walk around the workshop, minimize the floor space taken by the benches and things, and give you the maximum workspace, it does really pay off over time. But there's one thing you need to remember about the Andy Mechanic workshop, and that is that we do a lot of filming here. And that's the main reason why the big bench, the big steel bench, protrudes into the floor space of the workshop, because then we can film from the other side of it. If that bench was against the wall, we wouldn't be able to do that. Plus, it's a massive bench. It's very, very deep. It came from an old shipyard in Auckland, and it was a freestanding bench in the middle of their warehouse, the middle of their workshop, where they had guys working all around it. It wasn't a wall-facing bench. It's too deep for that. I have considered cutting it down the middle and making 2 benches out of it. But, hey, you know, there's a bit of history there. That shipyard's closed now.
Oh.
You see, Lilli's destroying the
Sorry.
set already. There's actually no bench here. This is
No
just,
bench.
it's on my little Tang trolley, and I didn't even put the brakes on. Sorry, Lilli, my fault.
Right.
So dangerous. Okay, so without further ado, Lilli, if you want to head over to your little drawing board. Now, it's not particularly...
Drawing skills too.
Yeah, this brings back memories. It's
I know,
really cool.
that's
Remember
right,
Lilli's
yeah,
first ever
time.
video you were helping me do? Well, I think I was doing
did a
that
test,
voltage,
yeah.
that projector voltage stabilizer video, and you just rocked up out of the blue and gave me a hand. It was great. So we've got some sizes now. I can't remember all this, so let me just make it my little crib sheet. So this workshop, Lilli's got to draw some squares and stuff, and she's only got one chance of getting this right because I've only got one sheet of cardboard left because all the rest has been chucked out. So the old workshop, that's this one that we're in right now, its size is, so you just draw a big oblong thing. Yeah. The size is 5,940 millimeters. So almost 6 meters, so 5.94 meters long. So that'll be across the top.
Downwards.
No, lengthwise across there, I think. Yep. And then the width of this workshop is exactly 6 meters. So you've got 5.94 across the top. So 5.94, 5.94.
Oh,
Honestly.
goodness.
You can't get the
Oh,
tool
really
girls these
made a
days.
mistake.
That's the one. There you go. 5.94 meters. So almost 6 meters, and it's 6 meters bang on in width. Across this workshop is exactly 6 meters. Now, what's more important is the size of the new workshop, and it's a bit longer and it's a bit narrower. We've lost a tiny bit of width, which isn't a major problem because Ben's bicycle bench that he does all his bicycle repairs on, that isn't going down to the new workshop, so we're going to gain a bit down there anyway. So if you want to do like a little dotted bit off the end, that's right. Now the new workshop is 7.83 meters long. 7.83, that's it. They'll get the gist of this, I'm sure they will. But the width, like I said, is slightly less at 5.5 meters. So that dotted line needs to intersect and come in along there a bit. That's it, all the way to the end. That's it. Fantastic. So hopefully you can see that on the camera. I'm not going to be doing posh graphics and stuff. We ain't got time for that.
No, and I'm not a graphics designer.
No, me neither.
What was that number?
So you've got 5.5 meters. I'm sorry, across there. Yeah, 5.5. So we've lost 50 centimeters in width on the new workshop, but it is considerably longer. And just doing some rough calculations, the new workshop will give us about 20% more floor space. So this workshop has got 35.6 meters squared floor in total. The new one is almost 43 meters squared. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, a bit more room.
I like the shape of the new one.
Yeah, I think it's going to work really well once it's finished. We do have some modifications, like I said earlier on, to do, but the additional length will allow us to get a full car in the workshop,
Right, and
which I haven't been able to do apart from the little tiny Suzuki Alto, which is quite a rare machine.
is that 6?
That one is exactly 6 meters. Yeah, 6 meters dead. Okay, so you're going to need to know, and I'll put all these specs in the description down the bottom for you when I actually upload this video. But I'll quickly run through the main components, the main benches and equipment that's in the workshop. So we've got the welding bench, which is normally over on the right hand side. That's gone now, that's at the new workshop. That's 1.84 meters by 1.065 meters. Should I say it in millimeters? Be easy. 1,840 millimeters by 1,065 millimeters. The square bench that's normally here with a little tiny blue vise, that's almost square. It's 1,200 millimeters by 1,240 millimeters. And the big bench in the middle is 2,500 millimeters by 1,260. So it's quite a large bench. Now the lathe that normally sits over in that corner under the window, and it's under the window for a reason, because natural light's really good when you're actually machining. That is again down at the new workshop, and that's 1,190 millimeters long by 440 millimeters sort of deep away from the wall. Just to mention, there are no windows in the new workshop.
Right.
Now there's a reason for that.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
Listen to the
Oh,
two girls
no.
complaining.
Wait for it. There's going to be air conditioning. Yeah, not straight away.
Wow.
Not straight away. But I'm getting fed up with these two-tone shirts.
Oh,
Because
right.
I do, I do swear a bit. I'm a Yorkshireman. Yeah. That started already.
That's dribble.
All right, it's drool actually since I saw you walking the drive. Yeah, so so yes, not immediately, but there will be. I am planning at least to put aircon in that workshop because I'm a Yorkshireman. I can't cope with this kind of heat.
Yeah.
And this isn't normal New Zealand heat in the workshop. Those big steel doors, and there are steel doors again in the new workshop.
Right.
The heat that comes off those is unreal, isn't it?
It is, eh?
You
It's
can
like-
actually feel it from here.
Yeah, when you stand on that side of that bike,
It's
you can
just-
just feel it radiating.
It's mental. So if you were here, you'd understand. Just take my word for it. It's like a hot box in here, isn't it?
Yes,
It's just
yeah.
crazy. So the Tang toolbox, that's the trolley down there that we use to roll around the roll cab. That is 670 millimeters by 460, although that tends to stay fluid in the workshop. We've got the Tang racking, which is all down this side here. There's two small bays. That's 700 millimeters by 450 millimeters footprint, and there's two of those. There's one large bay at 1330 millimeters. That's 1,330 millimeters by again 450. There's one of those, and that's also got the cupboard that I tend to sit in there. I'd like to keep that in there if possible. And there's a corner piece which is 800 by 800 millimeters. So you've got to, that's obviously got to go along a wall somewhere, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a green cupboard that some of you may have spotted by the door. It's an old wooden cupboard that we stole from a house in Glen Eden. We did. It was under a house, and we thought, well, nobody's using it, so we'll have that. That is 870 millimeters by 460, and I want to keep that. It's very useful for all my bits and pieces. We've got a press over in the corner. It's only a 10-ton press, but that's about basically 500 by 500 footprint. There's a blue trolley, which again is fluid. That is 1,000 by 600 millimeters. There's the Tang trolley, which we use a lot for filming, so you often don't see it in the videos because it's got the tripod sat on it, but that is 700 by 450, and it needs somewhere to park. If we're going to be bringing a car in, it needs a gap somewhere along the wall to stay put, basically, when we're not using it. And the only other real big heavy piece of machinery is the tyre machine, which is hiding behind Alan's bike at the moment, which takes up a space of 910 by 850. And that includes when the breaker, the bead breaker, is fully extended. So 910 by 850 millimeters. So I think if you can get all that massaged in to that new workshop and maximise the floor space, but bearing in mind I need to be able to film as well,
Yes.
come up with some ideas, send them through on an email, or I don't know.
Send a
comment
photo
or
of your diagrams.
how would you do
Can
it?
you share photos in the comments?
Yeah, tell you what I'll do. I'll do a Google Drives folder and I'll put a link in the description down the bottom so you could be able to upload your ideas into that folder and create subfolders with your name, and then I can take a look and give you some feedback.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's work in progress. It's not going to happen overnight. Although I will be starting to film from down there probably within a couple of weeks.
Nice.
But it won't be finished.
So when are you officially based down there?
I don't know.
Right.
We've got a contract just right on the edge at the moment with Toyota New Zealand to underseal 14 utes. Now, we did a load of ROVs that went out to the surf clubs, which were sponsored by the importers. We've now, Toyota supplied one to Bethel's Beach Surf Club, which we undersealed for them, and they thought, well, they saw it when it went in for a service, and they thought, wow, this is a great job.
Oh, they like that.
They really, they were actually over the moon by how much effort we put into just undersealing the bits that should have been undersealed.
Right.
It was quite a tidy job that we did on that. It was a good day and a half's work. But they've now sponsored, Toyota has sponsored the Surf Club's Surf Lifesaving 14 more utes.
Wow, that's
And
cool.
they've made it part of the criteria that because they're going to be operating on the beach, they have to be under sealed.
Right.
So they've now come to me and said, hey Andy.
Is that with that thick black paint? That
Yeah,
you-
that 3M. Eric
Right.
hates it. In fact, I might have one can. Just bear with me.
Sure, it's on your hat. I saw one on.
Oh, it's on that hat. There you go. It's on that. That's my undersealing hat.
His underseal hat is full of it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's thick, eh? It's very thick.
Here we go. I'm back. Stop hogging the camera. Lord. Jesus.
Sorry.
Okay, so this is it's nasty stuff.
Yeah.
This is the product. Eric, like I say, Erico hates this stuff. I love it. I think 3M do a great job with this stuff. I use it on a lot of vehicles. And I was doing a calculation to do those 14 utes. We're going to need 1/4 of a ton. That's 250 litres
Wow.
of this product to do all of those vehicles. That's extremely expensive at retail price. However, 3M have come to the table again, and they were not a sponsor of the channel, but they are a sponsor. I managed to organise them to be a sponsor of the surf clubs here in New Zealand. So they actually provide the product for free to the
wow.
surf clubs to help protect their assets when
That's
they're working
awesome.
on the beach.
It's really good.
It is. It's really, really good because when they come to sell those in 2 or 3 years' time, they get a lot more money for them than they would do if they hadn't been under seal because they do rust, unfortunately, on the beach, like anything. Anything made of metal on the beach gets destroyed very quickly.
Salt water would.
It is. Oh, it just eats away at
lot,
everything.
yeah,
It's just,
yeah,
oh, man, I've seen ROVs come in after 3 years work on the beach without any kind of preparation work, and the chassis are just rotten. They really, the vehicles have to be scrapped for, and the engines just sold us for spares and bits and pieces because the chassis is just shot. And it's not safe to sell it to the public because something's going to break on it and they could have an accident. So you've got a duty of care, And so anyway, good on 3M for helping out. It's they're a great company, and Peter, who's the Auckland rep, has been extremely helpful. And in fact, Peter, if you're watching this, I'm going to be calling you for some more soon. All right, cheers, mate. Okay, right. So we've done the diagram.
We have.
We've done that. We've done an update on the workshop, and I'll probably do another little video for you once I get down to the workshop next, and I'll do you a short video of a quick walk around what's down there at the moment. Maybe on Tuesday, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be good to see what it looks like.
Yeah, because you're eager to find out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get too don't upsell it too much because it's not a big fancy workshop like Eric's. I wish it was. That's going to be stage 3.
Right.
That's probably a year, maybe 18 months away. The house we've got down there is on what we call a full section here in New Zealand, so it's a full length garden, but it's got a retaining wall in it, and the second half of the garden is pretty much just scrubland at the moment.
Right.
So the plan is to level that and put up a big workshop on there.
Nice. Exciting.
Enough for about maybe 12 cars
Jeez.
sort of space. So it'll be
Cool.
much what I used to have, basically. If you watch some of the very first videos I ever used to make when I was based up at Aharo, there was a big barn there which had roller doors both ends, and it did get hot in there, but it was very high ceiling, and you could open the roller doors at each end and you got a lovely breeze going through the
coming
workshop.
through,
It's
yeah,
so much better, honestly. So that's basically what this video was all about. We have one more thing to do. I'm going to have to turn the camera off for a second just to turn the toolbox around. We've got well, I'll save it. Just sit there for 1 minute. Just
Save
wait.
it.
We'll be back very shortly. Right, Lily.
Right.
Let's spin this round. I'll get trapped to the bike.
Do you want to bring it closer?
Go on then. What the heck?
Oh, I was looking for that.
And lid. There you go.
Thank you.
There we go. That works, isn't it? That's perfect. Right. So we're back. We've just spun the trolley around. Now I was down in Dunedin not too long ago, and when I was down there, it was to do with a product launch that I was involved with. I was asked to run that, and the dealership that I was working at that day, I was invited to go and help. It's called MCR, and they're based in Dunedin. And Rick is the owner of that business, and he's a real nice chap, very much into his motorcycles, which he should be, having a motorcycle shop. He said, Andy, I said, yes, Rick, after our third pint. He says, I'm going to give you a sticker, one of our new stickers. And these were hot off the press that day, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, he just had them done, and he said, could you ask Tool Girl Lilli? And it needs to be Tool Girl Lilli, so I think you've got a fan.
Thank you.
So could you ask Tool Girl Lilli to put this on your toolbox, please? Because it warrants going on your toolbox, I think. And I said, Rick, it would be a pleasure, mate. It really would. Rick's shop is all done in like, there you go, it's all done like steampunk style, and it's got some really old retro motorcycle stands that are made out of wrought iron, and one's a rocket, and you've got to see it to believe it. So if you're ever visiting New Zealand and you're in the South Island, head to Dunedin on your motorcycle, on your rented motorcycle probably, and go and see Rick at MCR in Dunedin. He's a great chap, and there's a little lounge area, and there's a fridge full of beers, and there's a coffee machine, and there's free phone charging, and
Awesome. It sounds so accommodating.
They make you really feel really welcome when you go down there. No, it's not a plug. Rick's a nice guy. Go and see him. Right, Lily, choose a place on the toolbox for the sticker.
I don't
Here we go.
Is there
You
a specific place you want?
I don't mind. You can move the torch. That's all right. You can bin the torch. Where are you going to put it?
I don't know.
Maybe you got to show the people. Don't forget.
I'm thinking maybe here.
Go for it.
No.
That looks great.
Straight, angled.
Go on. Well, you're in charge. I'm not in charge anymore. I'm just.
I wish we could go live and ask everyone. Straight or angled? Angled. No.
You get one chance. You've got to make the call. Right, Lily?
Right.
Go on, you got to do it. There you go. When you're putting decals on the toolbox, it's a big thing, you know. It really is. You got it?
Got it.
Oh, fantastic. So you're going to be seeing that in all future videos.
Didn't even stick it to itself.
Bloody good. No, you didn't mess it up. There's no air bubbles. I like the little bit that sticks out. That's cool. Awesome. I like that. Good job. Well done. So there you go, Rick. My promise is fulfilled. Tool Girl Lilli came in specially today to do it for you.
Thank you. I feel very privileged.
Okay, crew, so don't forget, please, if you're interested, do get back to me. I thought it'd be only right to invite you along the journey of Moving Workshop for your input, because there are some very experienced people out there in the world, far more experienced than I am at setting out workshops, and it'd be great to have your feedback. It really would. And to involve you in what is the next step in Andy Mechanic's workshop, I suppose.
Yeah, it's quite exciting.
It is, yeah. I'm very, I've spent almost 3 years, well, it is actually almost bang on 3 years since the first video went out. And this is the second workshop. Yeah, 3 years I've been working away at this and given up many, many, many weekends and hours and evenings and stuff to edit videos. And I don't think many of the viewers really appreciate, or, well, not appreciate, understand, or are aware of just how much work goes on behind the scenes when it comes to editing and planning and doing stuff, you know. And even shaving this morning, it took me ages. I set this persona for Andy Mechanic, but you will find a few videos out there where I just can't be asked to shave, and I'm just like this gruff chap from the forest.
Christmas is coming
It
up.
was really bushy again today. But anyway,
just pretend you have to play Santa at the mall.
I have played Santa. I have.
Really?
Many, many years ago at my daughter's school in Hackness. Hello, Hackness School. If you're there, they invited me down to the local village hall actually to be Santa for one Christmas. And,
cool.
Yeah, my son Benjamin, because he had no idea it was me. He sat on my knee and he looked down and he recognised the boots.
Oh no!
Andy had worn Andy's boots. And he goes, my dad's got a pair of boots exactly like that.
Oh, cute. And
I'm like, well, that's great to hear. And of course, then he started to click, chunk, because he was one of the oldest ones there. And yeah, I think I just about got away with it, but hey, they know now, obviously. But back then, we had to really convince them that it wasn't Daddy in a Santa suit. Yeah. It was good fun, really good fun.
Santa gave Dad boots.
That's the one. So yeah, Andy Mechanic has been Santa Claus. Just there's so much stuff in that. So many skeletons in the closet that you don't know yet.
Next Christmas, we'll have baubles hanging off now.
Have I got to grow the beard?
Yeah,
and
baubles.
You're going to plait some baubles in?
And baubles.
That will be cool.
It will
Christmas beard
We're gonna
with
do
baubles. Okay, Deal. We'll do that. What the hell? Right. Okay, crew. Well, hang on, Lily. You got to come over this side of it because we're very close to the camera today. If you found the video helpful, why not click on the subscribe button? You'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click on the gear icon, and then you can tick the box and turn on notifications. And our friends at YouTube, well, you know what they're going to do. They're going to annoy you by sending you lots of emails telling you when Andy Mechanics uploaded a new video. Then you won't miss any.
Yeah.
You'll also find me on
Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and Twitter.
You sure will. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals, crew. However, first point of contact, down on the comments on YouTube if you don't mind, because let's face it, that's where the videos are. And to be perfectly honest, probably 99.9% of all the comments and all the communication comes through YouTube.
Yes,
I get very little through any of those other mediums. Am I going to continue with them? Well, the Andy Mechanic Facebook is definitely going to carry on because that's been going for like 10 years, way before the YouTube channel started. So if you're into stalking me, then feel free to drop onto there. You'll see lots and lots of photos on there of pre-YouTube stuff, which, you know, that's just me. That's what it is. It's not all Andy Mechanic,
Cool.
although it's called Andy Mechanic. There's a reason why I did my Facebook Andy Mechanic. I can't tell you, but there is a reason. Didn't use my real name. There you go. Another little skeleton out of the closet there. Jeez, it's all starting to leak out,
You're
isn't
going
it?
to have to tell us one day now.
One day, it involved a 6,000 kilometre drive through Europe in the middle of winter in a Nissan Patrol with a trailer that was over a ton overloaded. It was weighing in about 3.5 tons. We got weighed at one of the borders, and the truck and trailer weighed in at nearly 7 tons. I wasn't leaving my tools behind, and they weighed a lot. We got away with it. We bribed the guy, because you can do that in Europe. Just bung him some cash and off you go again. But there's a real story that goes on behind how I got to New Zealand. And I think almost enough time has passed for me to share that with you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next time.
Jeez, this is really scary stuff, actually. Maybe one day. One day, I will tell you one day.
Yeah.
Okay, crew, what else? Oh, there's a Patreon page. Feel free to drop onto that. There's a link on the homepage of the YouTube channel. Click onto there. It'll explain to you, or to give you more information about the history of the channel, up-and-coming projects, and of course the new workshop is one of those projects. And of course, Tool Girl profiles, and obviously Tool Girl Lilli is one of those Tool Girls, and hopefully going to be one of the Tool Girls for many, 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 many more months to come.
Absolutely. And I've also had a few more followers on Patreon, so thank you to
Have you?
those. Yeah,
Oh, that's
I've
great
had
news.
2 or 3
Good job.
people, so if it's you, thank you.
Excellent. No, it's really good. And I think there's been 2 or 3 new ones for Andy Mechanic as well
Yeah,
recently.
cool.
So if you are one of those, and we'll be doing a mail call video soon, so we will actually put out your name
Yes,
on those.
absolutely. That would be cool.
I'm not really organised for that today, so we're not going to do that yet. But yeah, drop onto Patreon. If you want to become a patron, please do so. But please only donate what you can afford. It's not what it's about, sending money through that you can't afford. It's just having you as a viewer is enough for me. Okay, crew. Well, until next time, which is in about 5 minutes, we'll see you around.
See you guys.
Cheers. Over and out. And we get the up again.
Oh!
Really.